way it works. I mean, memories are precious and irreplaceable. I mean, even going out to Malibu, we talked to Adam Carolla yesterday on TMZ Live, and he made that claim saying, that we all have feelings just like you and I. And it's terrible to even bring that up.
No, it really, really is, because you got to think about all, like you said, the memories that were made in these homes, as well as maybe some of the photographs that they'll never be able to get again. That, was before
Absolutely.
the times of the smartphones and everything that could be on your phone at this moment here. But even documents, everything. I was talking to a coworker the other day, and I was saying to them, I says, imagine, go to your home right now.
Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Donald, Christine Fowler. How are you, VIP Auction Group?
I will say too.
I wish I could give some better news. I guess I can. We're going to talk about Bob Barker. How are you? Today, let's wait for everybody to come in. But while we wait, guys, we're going to get into these fires. A special guy who fought for our country. I'm not going to get into the politics. Janine, always a pleasure to see you. Mike, I just we're going to talk a whole lot about what's going on with the National Guards and Donald Trump, and he wants answers. Before I do, there's a special homeless Marine who fought for our country, and a lot of your donations helped out him and another woman here. Hold on. Give me 1 second, guys, to get some volume here.
Hot pizza, and there's a soda in there. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Take care.
All right, hold on, guys. Sorry about that. I had some video problems here. Bear with me here.
Sir, I got you something to eat. Would you like some pizza? Here, how's your doggy? There's a pizza, hot pizza, and there's a soda in there. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Take care.
All right, so a gentleman there named Richard fought for our country. I'm not going to get into sharing you what happened to him. All right, but he's homeless, and he's mad at the government. He's mad at all sides. Had a pizza. I actually had some surgery today. We were coming home, and my wife was in a hurry to get to work. And I said, no, we're going to help this guy out. And there was another woman you're going to see here. She's going to tell you what we do here and show you some of the things that I have not put on yet. So you guys are getting first look before these are even uploaded. Here's a woman here. Let me see if I can find her. What a sweet lady here. Let's see here. Is this her here? Here we go.
You want something to eat? Sure. Hey, I'm going to give you one, and I see another person there. Okay.
So, just a few guys, real quick, as this economy, we're talking fires. You see my title, A California Under Attack. I'm going to get into it. You're only going to hear this probably here. You're not going to hear it on Joe Rogan or anything else. But we're going to talk about what I think, what I'm hearing, some facts. So right now, real quickly, guys, the National Guards Gavin Newsom has ordered the National Guards. I believe 600 National Guards troops have been deployed to California. And they're on their way, and law and order. Because why? Who started these fires? Well, a lot of you are probably going on the internet and hearing about homeless person. That's not the case right now. Right now, we're hearing some arson. Who's really behind this? Trump thinks there's more to it. Donald Trump, by the way, did you see Trump and Obama yesterday? Guys, did you see them together smiling and laughing? Did you see Kamala? I'm going to show you the video. Kamala turning around and looking as they were laughing. Nobody next to Kamala Harris, right? No Biden, no Clinton, no Bush, nobody. And they were talking. You imagine what Trump was saying in his ear? Real quick, we'll get back to I'm in a funeral today, may he rest in peace. But tomorrow I'm in court. And guess what? Barack Obama's probably saying, good for you. I'm glad you won and you'll beat this. It just goes to show you, man. I tell you, the smile and Kamala, the look on her face, like, don't you dare talk to him, right? Anyhow, so National Guards have been deployed. 600 National Guard troops have been deployed to L.A., law and order. Bob Barker, thank you, Bob. It's a lot of help from you and Ozzy and Lovebirds and everybody who's helping out, memberships and life, and we appreciate it. It goes a long way. Every time I see these donation guys, it puts a smile on my wife's face, my face, and when we help these people out, it makes them feel good. We can get extra pizza, we can get extra burgers, and that kind of stuff. We're going to talk about the National Guards. My thoughts, I think there's more to these fires. And also State Farm Insurance, they pulled out. State Farm Insurance Company pulled out 2 weeks prior to the fires. Is there something more than just fires starting, water shortage, Gavin Newsom? What else is in? Is this some kind of arson? But who is behind it? There's been one man arrested. There's been people arrested for looting. And now the National Guards are finally in action. Finally, Gavin Newsom says, let's bring in the National Guards. Trump says, okay, we're on the same page. Bring them in. Trump's not even president yet. Bring them in. Stop these people. Prosecute these people. Guys, if anybody's out there comes across these videos and you are doing that kind of stuff, you should be put in jail and prosecuted. Taking advantage of the situation and people there who've lost their homes. Now, there's two stories here. These movie stars who worked hard, they are human. And I know people are saying they can afford it. If it happens to them, who cares? I feel different. I don't like all these movie stars. I'm not even in favor with them. But they are human. Homes, cats and doggies, horses, pictures, photos, laptops. Okay? Just because they got millions of dollars, it's still very difficult. So nobody should go under these fires, right? No one, my opinion. All right, let's listen into some of this, see what we got.
So with that, whether it's 7 million, 10 million.
But was the budget cut?
Yes, it was cut.
Budget, to talk about the budget
To
cut.
provide service.
Let's talk about that memo. You sent a memo, a scathing memo to the Board of Fire Commissioners where you expressed your concern that you were not going to be able to do your job. Your firefighters would not be able to respond adequately to a major emergency like a wildfire, like what we're seeing right now.
Right, so understanding where services gaps are, number one, is understanding where...
Thank you guys for the 6 likes. Just a friendly reminder, and I'll shut up for a little bit. If you forgot to like, go back. It helps the YouTube algorithm. Thank you so very much, guys. Appreciate
They
it.
need to be as properly funded and equipped. Whether it's 7 million or not, it doesn't matter. It impacts our ability, just like you said with the board report,
Finally
our ability to
begin to
provide service.
contain the largest fires Los Angeles County has ever seen.
This looks like a movie set. Unfortunately, this is real.
LA is still on high alert and bracing for more high winds. The National Guard is on patrol, curfews in place.
Curfew, hurry up, here you
Take
go.
advantage of homes and businesses.
National Guards right here.
Chased people away.
This as questions
Horses.
mount about why LA wasn't more prepared.
Why weren't
What
they?
are you doing at this point to earn back people's trust?
I'm literally talking to the president right now.
Why was a major reservoir empty and closed for repairs? Did it lead to the fire hydrants running dry? Tonight, one thing is clear.
Bruce,
the
how are
fight
you?
against the fires is far from over.
All right, tonight 10 dead, 10,000 properties destroyed.
Wow,
Damage
10
estimates
are now
as high as
deceased.
$150 billion. Those are staggering numbers of loss tonight on this, day 4 of the historic wildfires in Los Angeles County. And tonight, new questions are being raised about the disastrous lack of water in city hydrants as firefighters try
Welcome
to
in,
battle
Captain
those
Kitty Hawk.
ferocious
Welcome in,
fires.
Kevin.
Moments ago,
Appreciate
Dr.
everybody.
Gavin Newsom announced an independent investigation into why a critical reservoir servicing the Pacific Palisades was empty and closed.
California is
for
under
repairs.
attack, ladies
Those
and gentlemen.
questions
Under
when the
attack in more
Palisades
ways
fire
than you know.
broke out, leaving
United
firefighters
States.
without
United States.
the 117
Under attack, 10 dead.
million gallons of water that are normally stored in that reservoir. Many hydrants in the Palisades ran dry within hours of the blaze beginning. This torched destruction you see here is all that's left of much of the area. The Palisades fire is still burning. It is the biggest of them all, scorching more than
I hear you, Love Lava.
20,000 acres. It is still
God bless.
just 8% contained. Meanwhile, a new fire popped up this afternoon called the Archer Fire near LA's Bee
New
Canyon
fire.
Park. That makes 6 fires in LA that have scorched more than 36,000 acres. Mandatory evacuation orders are in effect tonight for 150,000 people. But for those able to return home, the scene greeting them...
Eric the Great, God bless you.
Unfathomable.
This is my house. This one right here. We moved in 26 years ago.
26 years ago. That's sad. It's not easy, guys, to digest this, right? Not easy.
Everything's gone. Maybe we found a picture or something, but everything seems to be gone. I'm just trying to figure out day by day what happens next.
We're the lucky ones.
Thank you, lovebirds. Thank you. Yeah, just a friendly reminder, guys, you can go back and hit the like as it helps the YouTube algorithm on this channel as we help out the homeless and the vets, and as I'll bring up to you.
In Altadena incinerated. Gas stations, stores, people's livelihoods gone. Firefighters are getting a break from the winds starting tonight, allowing for
So that's some good news, a break from the winds, guys.
The winds are not expected to pick up again really strongly until Monday. So this gives firefighters hope this weekend that they can get a better handle on the flames before the winds begin again. Also adding support is the National Guard. 8,000 troops have been called.
Oh, 8,000. I'm sorry, guys.
From looters. So far, officials say 20 people have been arrested for looting, and the LA County DA warned today penalties will be strict.
National Guard.
I'm sending this warning message out again. If you want to go ahead and take advantage of people who are tragically suffered enormous losses in this county, the district attorney's office, working with law enforcement, will make sure you are arrested, you are prosecuted, and you are maximally punished.
A curfew has been set for the Palisades and Eaton fire areas. The order is in effect between 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. starting tonight. Let's go right now to News Nation's senior national correspondent, Brian Enton, who's live in the Pacific Palisades. Brian, what are you seeing? We know that it's 8% contained. Does it look remotely any better there?
It does. I mean, it certainly feels, the air feels clearer out here. There's less smoke in the air. What you said about this new independent investigation the governor has asked for with the fire hydrants that don't have enough pressure. Massive problem. Even yesterday, we saw firefighters so frustrated. You could see it in their face. They were showing up the fire hydrants. We were standing there. They would plug in. And no water. They were having to ask residents, hey, is there a pool nearby? Is there a pool that we can get water from? Which is just crazy to think days into this fire, they're still dealing with that.
Yeah, they weren't prepared, guys. They were not prepared.
Elizabeth, just a couple of hours ago, the National Guard has now been called in. We saw a convoy of Humvees helping to secure the area. They are conducting checkpoints, making sure that it's...
They were certainly, ladies and gentlemen, welcome in, everybody. I'm Sal, your host. They were certainly not prepared. The governor wasn't prepared. The mayor wasn't prepared. The police, they stopped ready. And California's under attack. I believe, in my opinion, the United States are under attack. There's more behind this. I still feel that we know about the water shortage. We know about, as Trump says, lots of water from the rain and snowstorms the years before, 2 years before, went into the ocean. That's another thing. But as far as these fires being started, people are getting arrested. Who are these people? Who are these people starting to fire and arson? Who are they? Because you're hearing stuff for the homeless people. Yes, homeless people accidentally start fires, purposely start fires, people start fires. But who's really behind this? We're hearing about torches. What is going on with these fires? And why the State Farm Insurance Company, big insurance company, State Farm, who has State Farm in their chat? Why did they come out 2 weeks prior? Did they know something? Trump, he smells a rat, so to speak, as the Italians say. He smells a rat, and I smell a rat. There's more to this. Is it for what? Is it propaganda? Is it to make money? Is it the rich to get richer? Or is this some kind of a domestic terrorist attack that's connected, stay with me, in New Orleans, in Las Vegas, as email from the Matthew Livensberger sent to Fox News and Sean Ryan that we're going to have a bloody, and I report, we're going to have a bloody 2025. Or is this part of that, or is this something in the chat, or is this something just arson? But I think there's something more behind it. Okay? I think there's more behind it. Yeah, Fazul's. Welcome in, Lombardi. Let's listen in.
Foothills of the San Gabriel Mountains. I want to show you, this is the foothill. Look at this canyon. So imagine 100-mile-an-hour winds and a fire kick.
100 miles per hour. Wow, I didn't realize it got that high. 100. We lost some audio, guys, but this
All
is...
right, Vance, we've been having, obviously, cell phones for everybody in this area are very, very unreliable.
I appreciate the 13 likes, guys.
Where those Santa Ana winds are ripping through that canyon and how they gain such momentum as they come over the top of that ridge and go down into the valley where all those folks' homes and businesses are. Joining us now is Los Angeles County Fire Department Section Chief Ken Haskett. Chief, great to have you here. First, I've got to ask
Chinese
you
immigrants.
about the fact that just moments ago, Governor Newsom announced
Welcome in the
he's calling
chat.
for this an independent
Appreciate it.
investigation
Detroit, what's up, Detroit?
into
How are you?
Santa Ynez Reservoir, which services the Palisades, was closed for
Fabian, how are you?
repairs
Is that the
when
real
it started.
Fabian?
It was
How are you,
empty of the
Fabian?
normal 117 million gallons of water. How much did that factor in the fire hydrants in the Palisades running dry?
Eric's taking a little time out. Do your thing, Janine. Nothing you can do wrong, Janine. Nothing.
Just staying dry. Usually we use the reservoirs for our air assets, so our rotary wing will go in there and
Detroit.
pump water out of the reservoir
Detroit's here.
and use that to extinguish hot spots or extinguish the fire front. That night we had.
Yeah, so let's talk a little bit more, guys, and we'll get back to this. First of all,
7:30.
I wasn't born yesterday.
For reaching in excess of the 99 to 100.
I don't believe in coincidence. This is bullshit. We need the answers. So does Trump's going to get the answers. Major fires. Winds. All of a sudden, they're arresting some people with some torch. Did you hear about that, guys? Torch, right? Well, maybe it's a homeless person accident. Maybe it's this. Who's behind this? Who's really behind this stuff? Okay? Who did this in New Orleans? Well, we know who did it. Who this email from? Let's wake up, guys. The email from the Trump who could have blew up more people but decided not to. Just killed himself, right? We still don't know if that's the body. But get back to me. Then he emails Sean Ryan, Joe Rogan, and Fox News. And he says, bloody 25. And now we have this. Okay? All of a sudden we have this. And then another thing is, again, if those are coming in the chat, State Farm 2 weeks says we're canceling all homeowners insurance in California. We're going to cancel. What's that all about? How did that happen? So like Trump says, I smell a rat. There's something going on. Now the National Guards are coming in. Gavin Newsom says, we need help. People are looting. They're going into homes, taking whatever's left. I don't know what's left. Maybe part of a TV, whatever. These people should be prosecuted and put in prison. I would not tolerate it being a governor. Those people. So the National Guards, in my opinion, should have been there yesterday. Or as these next generation says, a minute ago, right? A minute ago. Those National Guards should have been there. You guys know it. I know it. And now they said, 600 National Guard troops, over 8,000 National Guards are there because people are going to take advantage of the situation. That's bad. I can't remember National Guards being in California like this other than the riots. Remember the riots? Rodney King riots? Now they got the National Guards. Gavin Newsom is 2 days behind. Gavin Newsom belongs to, in my opinion, I said this yesterday, a lot of you can disagree with me at any time, should be able to step down. He was not prepared. The city wasn't prepared. The mayor wasn't prepared. And I smell a rat behind this. There's something more to this in New Orleans, in Las Vegas, and who knows days to come. Also, I'm going to bring up the photo, a beautiful photo. Trump and Obama laughing and giggling, talking about their golf game, and Trump being in court today, and Kamala turned around like this, and just looked at them both like I looked to kill. Like, what are you talking about? Are you talking about me? Who was sitting there, Kamala Harris, yesterday? I'm referring to Jimmy Carter's funeral. May he rest in peace. Nobody but her husband. Even her husband was like a little bit away from her. Clinton was 2 rows back, I believe. And the Bush, he aged a little bit. I aged too. He was not talking to either one. Guys, it was $1 million to see her face, on her face, looking at Barack Obama. Who knows what they were talking about? Who knows? What I'm hearing is Trump's like, I'm at a funeral today, and I'm in front of a judge tomorrow. And I think Barack Obama must have said, don't worry about it. You didn't do anything wrong. I'm sure. Now, Now let's talk about golf. All right, let's get back to the fires, guys. Come on in, guys. Let's talk about the truth.
That dampens our
The truth.
ability to fight this fire.
150,000 people under evacuation. 153,000. And sadly to say, 10 people is too many people who lost their life on this Friday.
We'll continue to get our air assets up there, get this fire out with the favorable wind conditions at least, but it's still dry.
Thank you for liking the video. If you haven't liked, a friendly reminder that if you can go back and hit the like, we appreciate it on here. Thank you so very much.
Yeah, well, most people, so many people, sadly, who don't have homes to go back to. The National Guard, the California National Guard, says it has C-130s ready to fly in and help. They're just awaiting orders to go. Are you going to give them those orders? Is someone going to authorize them to come out and help you, given the fact that you've got this window where you can use air support?
Bill, we need to make sure that
What's up, Vegas local? How are you? God bless you. So far, guys,
conditions that you're seeing,
homeowners are losing everything to fires. Homeowners are losing everything.
Our National Guard.
Yeah, maybe somebody can give the California National Guard that authorization soon. San Francisco, the city of San Francisco, says it also has some firefighters, more of them, ready to send to you if you guys ask. Do you have all the help you need, or could you?
Brian, welcome in, Brian.
We need to make sure we can feed them, right? Logistically behind this.
Susan, how are you? Read some comments real quick.
Destroyed. So we need to make sure if we're bringing in firefighters, we can feed them, we can bed them, we can rest them. So there's a whole city being built overnight. So yes, we will use the help, but
we're listening to the department
responsibility.
Department section chief here.
Creature comforts of them sleeping and bedding down. So yes, we will build the infrastructure as quick as we can. But yes, we are taxing the mutual aid system, not only throughout the state of California, but adjoining states have been coming in and driving in as well.
But are you getting everything you need from the state, from the county, from the city, from the federal government?
I believe we are. Yes, everything we need through the mutual aid system. Yes, we ask and as long as they're trained, as long as they're capabilities and training and experience to battle this, yes, we are punching those through the mutual aid system.
Okay, I got to ask you about, you were talking about people, the importance of people obeying these evacuation orders when they get them. Erroneous cell phone alerts to evacuate went out both this morning and last night several times. They were erroneous. 10 million people got them. A lot of people panicked. What happened? And does that worry you that people won't trust legitimate evacuation orders when they come?
Allie, welcome in. Everything but water. Good to see you in here, Allie. Yes, everything but water. Forget about it.
I believe, but erroneous. Unfortunately, it went out, and my understanding is a warning. I hope people do not take the one that I'm aware of, as now a way to just avoid any kind of warning, but they can watch your coverage and you show the devastation here.
What's those letters
say? They
say?
see the smoke, they see the smoke, or they see the fire, or they smell it. They should be at least ready and packed to go. So we have evacuation warning. You need to be packed and ready to go under a warning. You need to have your animals kind of ready to go and determine where you want to take them. Under an order, it's time to go.
Yeah.
Under an evacuation order, it's time to go. And I know that it's annoying. We all get text messages. We all get alerts. We get everything. It can be annoying, but if it helps save your life, or if it helps protect your loved ones and your children and your animals, I'd rather err on the side of safety and of the alert system. So
hard to believe, guys. 4 days, 5 days of this, 5 days, and I think only 20% in certain counties are contained, guys. 20-30%.
Even as you battle these fires, arson investigators are already investigating what started the fire. Does this mean you suspect it was arson?
Statistically, 90% of fires are started by humans.
But that doesn't mean it's arson necessarily. That could be an act.
90% of fires from the chief are started from humans. Let's listen in.
Accident?
Correct. I don't know. It's under investigation.
Under
I
investigation.
just wanted to leave you with that statistic. because
Yes,
so
Christine.
how many fires do we have right now? I think just in LA County alone, 5 large wildland fires and urban interfaces. And they arrested somebody yesterday evening for the Kenneth fire that's under investigation. Most likely.
Campfire under investigation. What's going to be next? A man in blue? What's going to be next? What's the truth? Is the United States, we did a poll. Are we under attack? Are we under attack, ladies and gentlemen? Is this nation under attack? With New Orleans on the first, Vegas, Cybertruck, and now California, and the letter, and Trump's phone been hacked, by the way, and then the letter, or excuse me, I stand correct, the email from Matthew Livensberg says, hello, Sal. He says, he sends it to Joe Rogan. He sends it to Fox and this guy, Sean Ryan. And they confirmed 100%, that email, 100,000% was sent to these people. And he says it's going to be a bloody 25. The drones in the sky in New Jersey is more to it. You don't hear about that anymore, right? By the way, there was a drone that interfered today in the fires of California. An airplane hit it, right? I've seen drones here in Vegas, right? What's next? What's next? Are they trying to interfere between now and January 20th and try to assassinate Donald J. Trump while he's in court today? What a joke that was. This man did nothing wrong. That's what he was telling Barack Obama in the ear. He goes, what did I do? You know what Barack Obama says? I'm not involved. I have nothing to do with it. So you guys tell me, is United States of America, beautiful United States of America, are we under attack? Do they want to take us down and Trump down? Is there more to the story that nobody else wants to talk about? But I'm going to talk about it. There's something to this. Now, they can't control the wind. The wind is wind. 80, what did they say, 100 miles per hour wind? Is that what I heard? But they can control a lot. What's going to be next? What state's going to be next? What's going to be next? God forbid, protect our schools. What's next? Pisses me off. We need answers. Let's listen to this.
Defendant, once and future president of the United States, has engaged in...
I appreciate the 23 likes, guys. Just a friendly reminder, if you could go back and hit the like for this channel. We're going to show you some videos of the homeless.
Blanche pushing back, arguing that Americans made their opinions known about the merits of this case at the ballot box this past November.
The American voters got a chance to see and decide for themselves whether this is the kind of case that...
Bronson, I hear you.
And they decided.
But Trump winning the election is why Judge Merchan said that he had to ultimately sentence Trump to unconditional discharge, acknowledging the legal protections granted to the office of the chief executive, but argued,
despite the extraordinary breadth of those protections, one power they do not provide is the power to erase a jury verdict.
Attorney making it clear that they will be appealing this verdict from taking to social media after the
Trump sentence in hush money. Remember the hush money, guys? The hush money case?
Witch hunt. Reporting
the witch hunt.
Mike, back to you.
Yeah, Morgan, we knew he was going to...
Do you remember everybody was saying, those people, some Democrats? Trump's going to be in jail, felony, gross misdemeanors. He got un gats in Italian. Look it up. He got nothing. He got nothing but stress and aggravation. That's what Trump got. Back to the fires.
The 2024 election cycle was and everything that was going on with Donald Trump.
An arsonist, but until the law enforcement does that investigation, that will be released under their reporting.
But 90%.
Hush money.
9 in 10 fires that begin.
Trump will not
started by
face
human
jail
beings.
time, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing. Thank you for the likes.
All right. Chief Ken Hassett, good luck out there. Stay safe. Thank you so much for giving us the update and the lay of the land and what you guys are fighting out there. Really appreciate it.
Welcome. Take care.
All right. You take care as well. Winds are finally subsiding, as Chief said, allowing these fire crews to make some progress in containing these fires. Small progress, but progress nonetheless. But more heavy winds are expected. And here to bring us the forecast is meteorologist at the National Weather Service.
Here's the
Kristen
forecast if you want to
Lund.
listen in.
Great to have you here.
Here's the
what's
meteorologist
forecast
coming
for
up.
the wind speeds as we go into the weekend and then starting again Monday?
Thanks for having me. We're looking at long duration critical fire weather conditions through Wednesday.
It's the voice of Kristen Lund. Kristen Lund.
Tomorrow morning, we will see another bump up of northeast wind gusts of 35 to 50 mile per hour winds with 50 to 70 mile per hour winds in the San Gabriel Mountains, which is just north of the Eaton fire. This will happen tomorrow afternoon into Sunday. So really that Saturday night into Sunday morning period is again going to be critical. So not quite out of the woods this weekend. And then looking Monday into Wednesday, we're looking at another bump up in winds, and this will be 40 to 60 mile per hour winds with 60 to 80 mile per hour winds from the northeast.
Welcome in, Corey.
Again,
Welcome in,
like a more easterly component to it, so it won't necessarily be all.
Appreciate you guys. 31 likes.
All of LA County.
Thank you so much for the 31 likes.
Past event, but we will
We're going to
be
stay live
seeing
for a while, guys, so buckle up. Buckle up, get your coffee, your popcorn, your beer,
It sounds like we're
whatever
not
you want to
getting
do.
the weekend break I thought we were.
No, we are not, unfortunately.
Whatever you guys want to
It'll
do.
be pretty
Enjoy
gusty. We
yourself
have high wind,
in your homes, in your
high
couch.
wind watches out for tomorrow into Sunday, and we will likely have fire weather watches out during that period too.
All right, Kristen Lund giving us the unfortunate news from the National Weather Service covering the Los Angeles County area. Kristen, really appreciate
That's right,
it.
Brian.
Coming up
If
for
you
us.
got them, do it.
Local leaders are facing some really tough questions and a lot of heavy
All right, we're going to get back to
criticism
that in a second, guys. I'm going to just show you a little bit of coverage here of the homeless once again for those who are coming in. These were homeless people that we helped out today. Hold on one second. Get some.
Would you like some pizza? Here, how's your doggy? There's a pizza, hot pizza, and there's a soda in there. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Take care.
Yeah, that there. I'm still trying. Really sad there, guys. Because he fought for our country. He knows about the fires, and his Social Security is not enough, and he's having problems. I'm not going to give you all the information because it's private, but just wanted a few out there who fought for our country. What do we do with these people? You know, what do we do? Well, I can tell you this. He wants to help them out. And, I mean, here's this person here waiting for her or his boyfriend to come back. I think it was I don't know. It doesn't matter, a man or a woman. You know, what do? Gay, straight? We help them out on the station. We don't care if they're gay, straight, black, white, Italian, Jewish. He was just eating his pizza, guys. It put a smile.
Sir, I got you something to eat.
He was just eating his pizza. Where's that footage? My wife wanted me to show it. Look at him eating his pizza here, huh? That pizza there, guys. That pizza there, $1 million. And thank you guys very much. He's eating that pizza, having a soda. Yeah, I gave him a soda. And you want to know something else? I gave him a beer. So what? Give it to me. Fall for our country. And another guy who's gay, wait for his boyfriend. So what? We help them all out. The vets, the gay, the black, the white, the hillbillies, the Italians, the Spanish. They are humans. Now, I'm going to say it before everybody else. There's some lazy-ass people out there. Right? Our youth, a different generation. I'll help them out too, to a degree. Right? And my kids, I don't help them. They got to work. And there's some people who are just addicted to whatever. So what? Like we don't have problems? Help them out when you can. And that's what we do. And it doesn't mean fozzles. Talk to them. Pizza. A slice of pizza. That puts a smile on their face on a Friday. Right? Anyhow, let's get back to the fires. As Trump is, and let's check out I tell you, let's do this. Whoa, homeless beer fun. That's what I want to hear. Beer fun. Bob Barker, thank you, Bob. Beer. And I got to tell you, Bob, real quick, Bob. Let me get this camera. What the hell happened to my chat here? Hold on. Hold on 1 second, guys. Everything froze up here. So, the only reason I didn't put it on there, because my wife says, I love my wife. She's leaving tomorrow. And she said, I don't know if it looks good to show the beer. And she goes, I don't know what YouTube's going to think, but I'm helping him out. And he enjoyed that beer. You know what? I'm going to meet up with him tomorrow. We're going to have a little light lunch, right? And I'm going to talk to him for an hour. And if he wants a beer, I'm going to give him a beer too. But yeah, guys, there's so many other people out there who just want to hear a voice, see somebody who's struggling times, whatever. They didn't get their Social Security. They didn't get their pension. Something happened. They got addicted to gambling. They drank a little too much wine, a little too much beer, whatever, right? Like, none of us are perfect, right? And they don't have anybody to lean on. They don't have a wife. They don't have a partner, a mother or father or uncle or sister, right? You get it? And they end up on there. Now, going back to the fires, we can't confirm if it was a homeless. It could have been an accidentally, but I'm telling you, like in my poll, there's definitely, in my mind, there's more to this shit. There's more to the conspiracy. There's something going on here. Something. Just look at the skies.
Yeah, absolutely. And we've been just showcasing, of course, all week long.
Ukraine hates Trump. Well, let me tell you something about Ukraine hating Trump. Soon as Trump's in, there's no more money going to Ukraine, ladies and gentlemen. Soon as Trump's in, they're going to get ungats. There's another word for you guys in Italian. Ungats ungul. You know what ungats ungul means? They're not going to get nothing.
And aware me of the fact that the Palisades fire was so terrible because
Who's that lady?
I just assumed, as I think a lot of us did.
Who's that lady?
There's a fire. It's near the beach. It's near lots of homes. It's going to be contained. And then
Who is she?
And we're glad we had those nothing. And we knew this about this guy. We knew this about this guy. I mean, if anybody was paying attention, we knew this in 2020.
Uh-oh.
We've known this about this guy.
What guy?
He's awful.
Who's awful?
Awful. And his hands, when you showed that footage of him talking to that woman whose child's school was lost and all of her friends' houses were lost, his hand gestures was, and I love guys. I'm not like tear down patriarchy. I'm not that kind of person in any way, shape, or form. But all women know this, the hands, the calm down, you're hysterical posture. And I see that from him all the time.
You've said that your message to California leaders is if you can't cover the basics, get out.
Oh, this guy.
Who do you hold directly responsible? What should have been happening?
I hold Karen Bass directly responsible. And like you said, not for prohibiting the wind, that's ridiculous, it's childish. For not having things in place, for not thinking, what's the worst that could happen here? And it's obvious in Los Angeles, we've got fires, strong winds, heavy rains, and consequent mudslides. These things, you've got to be having things in place. What if you got to be thinking like,
who's that guy?
A manic demon or something, like, right? What would I do to California if I could? I know it's silly, but you got to be thinking of these worst case scenarios, mitigating their results.
Appreciate the 39 likes.
Other plans in
guys,
place
thank you.
in case those mitigations don't work. That's the basics.
What about the fact that, listen, we just spoke to, a spokesman for the fire department, and he said this is unprecedented. We've never seen anything like this. Our system, we've heard this every single day this week since this fire started. We had somebody on my show saying it last night and the night before and the night before. We were not prepared for this. But that begs the question, why not?
Look, city and state and national preparedness is all about being prepared for things that are unprecedented, that haven't happened,
They haven't happened yet. Look, if we had a 9-point earthquake in Los Angeles, no. But my God, you better have some stuff in place just in case, right?
Yeah. We did just have the acting
Thank you, Mike.
chair of the Los Angeles Metro System who said that this
Mike Sellers.
afternoon, like not yet.
Welcome in,
but
everybody. You're
soon,
just coming in. We're covering the day 4, day 5 of California fires.
People when they get these evacuations.
Is USA under attack? Is California under attack? Who's behind these fires?
These maps.
Who's behind the fires?
I don't know. I guess somebody in their office.
Gavin
You
Newsom?
know, gosh, we should probably have something
Maybe
like
horses.
this. But that's not, and maybe it was at the ready and they just didn't get it out in time.
Frank
I don't
Eagle.
know,
Did I say hello to Frank?
all these places should.
God bless you,
all this
Frank.
stuff
Happy Friday.
at the ready, especially like you
Somebody
said,
says
when
the
they have
Democrats
these
are behind it.
warnings of these
The
incredible
Democrats are
strong
behind
winds
this. What do you
a
guys
week
think
ago, right?
of a comment?
No, they had these forecast and these warnings and alerts that really came in. I mean, should there have been more tenders? There's a lot of hindsight is 2020, as they say, and a lot of these decisions involve a lot of money.
Dominic says yes.
There will be a reckoning, I'm sure.
Gavin
Mayor
Newsom
Bass
hates
is
us
correct
all?
about that for sure. There will be a reckoning once the
But I mean,
embers are out.
you don't have to be a genius.
Positive vibes right back to you, my friends. Positive
You
vibes.
need to have a well-funded.
Save our
police
country,
department. You
huh?
need a well-funded.
Democrats. Michelle says
let's not
Democrats.
forget, a lot of the fires that happened like last night.
John says it's not the
last
Democrats.
Night, the night before, where thank God the winds were, more.
They were
calm.
pissed because they lost. Welcome in the chat, guys. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's doing well. God bless you and your families.
Coming over from Pasadena or from the Pacific Palisades area. So you've got
Guys, I had a little surgery today. Little surgery, and here I am. Little surgery, and I'm here doing these videos. I'm like, my wife says you're going to be sleeping all day. I don't take anything. 2 Advils and a little Coke. Diet Coke. Diet Coke.
I'm going to go down that road.
Okay.
Actually, not Diet Coke.
Just the basics.
My other bad habit.
And then all this emergency preparedness. And
All right.
rehearsing it.
Who cares? Somebody says. Who gives a crap?
Everything is in place, just in case. That's where the money
Crazy
should
times,
go
guys.
There.
Crazy
Make
times.
sure that's set. And then you can.
We're listening to the voice
have
of Justin
funds
Bateman.
Put aside for all of these other things
Filmmaker,
that make our state and city great. So you
Ah,
got to take care
salute.
of those basics.
Yep, that's the
Otherwise,
number one.
what good are you?
That's the number one responsibility of elected leaders. Justine Bateman,
Well said.
actor, filmmaker, author. Really appreciate you joining us. Stay safe. I know you're in a tough situation in your neighborhood. You guys are all under a lot of stress. We really appreciate you.
Are the movie stars all going to wake up? Is California... I don't think you're going to find Democrats in California much longer. They'll come back, but right now, people are just... What the hell is going on? Who is this Gavin Newsom? And he wants to run for president? Run for president? He's letting the water go out in the ocean. The water in the ocean from the snowstorm 2 years ago.
Scoop up the ocean water.
Here you go.
And then dump it on wildfires. I'll speak live to the president of a company lending a couple of its planes to fight the flames next.
So, guys, Trump in 2018, he met with Gavin Newsom up in the mountains. I forget where. Big Bear? I don't know. Pick one. And he says, he shakes his hand. They had a cup of coffee. And he looks him in his eye. And he says, hey, Gavin, how about do what Australia does? They have fires. And Gavin goes, what's that? How about we take the water and the snow and the rain. We take that and moist everything down. So when event there's fires, Mr. Newsom, that you're going to have fires, but not on steroids. And he says, okay. Newsom says, I'll keep that in mind. This is on video. Okay. I keep notes. And he said, I think I like that. He goes, I don't care for you much, Trump, but I like that thought. And Trump goes, okay. So now let's fast forward. 2025. Help me out in the date. January 10th, Friday. All of a sudden, 4 days ago, Gavin Newsom, what did he do? We got to be conservative on water. The water wasn't on. We got to feed our fish. Are you kidding me? Environmental? Or what are we smoking as Democrats? Not all Democrats. And nobody on here. I'm talking about the party. Do you see Barack Obama sitting with Trump? Kamala by herself? That new party is not Democrat. As my mom, who's a Democrat, moderate, you know what she said? The party is done. There's no more Clinton. There's no more Democrat. It's become a cult, a mob, and guess what? The United States, ladies and gentlemen, are under attack. We are under attack. And for those who are coming on here and saying, nah, it's coincidence, New Orleans, I don't believe in coincidence. No, there's no coincidence. Coincidence when I walk in a cigar shop and somebody buys the same cigar I buy. That's coincidence. There's no coincidence in these fires, New Orleans, Vegas, emails, bullshit. Assassination for Trump, try to kill him. Who tries to kill a president? Take his ear, a little bit more, he's not with us. And then these charges, all dismissed. Barack Obama knows. He says, I didn't take any part of that. Maybe not. I am not involved, he whispered in his ear, never laughing. Who was involved? Makes you wonder, huh? Makes you wonder what the hell happened to this party. It really does. It's a shame. People died. 10 people in California are dead. And that's on a watch of Gavin Newsom, right? Now, it's not his fault with the winds, like the movie star said. And Al Pacino, he came out and talked. He said, I'm not going to tell you who I am. He said, but I'm calling out the governor. People are calling out the governor. You know why? Because it's their homes are going down. He fell asleep. In a tank, you're either too stupid or you're in on it. Either way, you got to go. And I don't mean go like that kind of go. Either you're too stupid, Newsom, Biden, Kamala, Nancy Pelosi, Dr. Fauci, or you're in on it. Remember that, COVID. Too stupid or in on it. You got to go. Now, is Trump going to have all the answers? I continue to say like a broken record. Hell no. He's not going to be perfect. But a hell of a lot better than this shit. This is a shame, these people dying. Horses, animals, homes, crooked insurance. Who knows what else? Let's take a look. Who's this talking here? Who's this guy? Who's this guy?
As additional National Guard personnel arrive,
National Guard?
the Sheriff's Department will strategically coordinate their deployment
Who's this guy?
to the areas in collaboration with LAPD, Pasadena Police Department, Santa Monica Police Department.
USA under attack. 64% says yes, but 36% says no.
There continues to be criminal activity in the Eaton area, and we continue to make additional arrests. Since yesterday,
They're going to arrest people here.
Still fluctuating, and we're gathering the information. In total, we have made about 18.
Somebody said you were a conspiracy nut.
Palisades fire, 15 in Eaton, and then 3 in Palisades. Charges include possession of narcotics, possession of burglary tools, burglary, identity theft, looting. One suspect was on active parole and was also charged with possession of a concealed firearm.
Wow.
Unfortunately, we have confirmed 8 deaths in our jurisdiction. 6 in the Eden fire.
Oh, here's the drone, guys. Here's the drone, guys. Hold on. This is more important. Hold on.
Wing, and now it's grounded for repairs.
Drones.
It's expected to be fixed again by Monday. These planes are extraordinary. They scoop up thousands of gallons of water from the ocean all at one time and then pour it over a fire from above. And they work very quickly, much faster than planes that drop fire retardant below. The temporary flight restrictions are in effect to deter people now from flying these drones that could interfere with the firefighting efforts. It's not just a federal crime to send a drone up into the sky. And in the place where these planes are working, people could also face civil fines of up to $75,000. Well, joining us now is Joel Curley. He's the president and CEO of 10 Tanker Air Carrier. His company has responded to hundreds of wildfires around the world using super scooper planes. He's got 2 of them in Southern California right now. Joel, great to have you here. Explain how these super scoopers work, how they can get this done in just minutes.
Interesting.
Filling up with ocean water.
Interesting.
Well, good afternoon.
Thank you.
So
HC Love, thank you so
the
much.
DC-10s that drop the red stuff, the retardant. So we're the largest air taker in the world. We work right next to the Super Scoopers, which is a flying airplane, but we are the DC-10s.
Okay, so you're flying DC-10s. They're not scooping up the ocean water, just the Super Scoopers can?
That's right. So super scoopers, the large 450s.
Scooper duper scooper.
They can
Scooper
scoop
swoop. Huh?
seawater, fresh water.
Super
And
scoopers.
like you mentioned earlier, they're very
Say that
quick
10
because,
times. Super scoopers, huh?
You know, we have to go and land at an air base and load, you know, retardant, and then we take off and deliver it to the fire. So you're right. The super scoopers, they can work very quickly and deliver a lot if the water source is close.
Billy France, what's up, Billy
So
France?
we've
How are
seen
you?
some
God bless you.
extraordinary footage of these planes like yours.
Welcome in the chat.
flying
49 likes.
low
Appreciate
and
it, guys.
dropping
Thank you.
this,
What's your
fire
thoughts,
retardant. It's
guys? What's going on
amazing
here?
How these pilots
Are we
can
under
maneuver
attack?
to drop either the water or the retardant from above and hit their targets. How do they do that?
So one of the things that assist us is what we call a lead plane. It's the small plane in front of our large airplanes. And their planes remain over the fire. They know the target.
Pretty cool, huh?
They know the entry point, the exit point, so they'll come up and we do what's called a join up, and we get right behind them and we agree on a speed. We maintain the speeds and they lead us right down.
Yes, 60 planes fighting the fire.
And
Correct.
we're talking about winds and shifts of winds and terrain and
Headed home on a turnpike.
how high peaks
I don't
are,
miss that
this and
turnpike,
that.
Billy
So
French.
It's very safe and orchestrated.
Inside
flight
job.
pattern that we
Homemade.
use to
Maybe.
get down.
Maybe.
And we will compensate
Maybe.
for the wind on the ground.
Right.
We have to get the red stuff where it's needed.
So what's your accuracy rate?
I like to think it's pretty darn good. You know, with the Santa Anas, if we're in a big crosswind, you know, we like to use a rule of thumb of 30 knots or higher of a crosswind. It makes it pretty difficult for us to.
By the way, guys, in Las Vegas, where I live, we're running out of gas. Why are we running out of gas? Because we get the same gas in California. So everybody's filling up their tanks.
Drop at 250 feet.
Everybody's filling their tanks
above
up.
the highest point or the highest vegetation on the ground. So we're pretty low. So that does minimize the margin.
Dominic,
We
absolutely.
got the winds picking up a bit this weekend, according to
Mr.
National
Dad,
Weather
welcome in the
Service.
chat.
just
I hear
interviewed,
you.
A few minutes ago.
Alexander.
We're supposed to get some gusts this weekend and then some real strong winds again next week. So I hope you guys get a lot
Welcome
of
in,
work
guys.
done in the few hours you have tonight and perhaps a little bit over the weekend in between these wind gusts. Joel Curley, thank you so
I have not.
much for joining us and explaining how this process works. We're so grateful that all of these planes and plane companies are able to do this really, really important work and help these firefighters out. All right, coming up for us, we're going to turn to our other top story today. President-elect Trump.
We're going to hear Trump in a second,
New York
guys.
City in his hush money case.
Hush money.
Under what
Hush money case.
Arson called a unique and remarkable set of circumstances. What happened in court today? Next.
So, guys, I was.
The Palisades fire and the Eaton fire as well.
We're going to talk. We're going to discuss that in a minute. Let's listen in here.
Ask you about these emergency alerts that have been going on. In fact, right before we came,
Nothing is an accident. So well said. GC Street fame. Love the title. I hear you.
for all of those LA residents. Can you sort of talk through how that's been and
I
what
hear
you're
you.
seeing there as far as those alerts? Well, and that's what's difficult here. I just got.
I had a little surgery today. I said, hey, do me a favor, the doctor. No disrespect. Asian doctor. Asian Chung. Nice man. Did a great job. I'm going to give him a bottle. Yeah, I had a little surgery. I got to give him a bottle of scotch. Good guy. Could you do me a favor? He said, yeah. Could you turn that CNN, put Fox on for me? He said, sure. They put the Fox on. I was listening to Trump. They said, does your defendant want to talk? Trump said, sure. Sure, I want to talk. I'm not guilty. And guess what? That was all bullshit, guys, right? All that stuff on Trump, hush money, this, that, whatever. Huh? He did nothing but protect us. And God was with him to spare him for our life, for his life, and to fight for 4 more years for America, for Americans, for Democrats, for independents, Republicans, black, gay, straight, Mexican, Puerto Ricans, and the list continues, and hillbillies, and so on and so forth, right? He is our president, coming in soon. And Barack Obama sitting next to him yesterday, and you know what? Laughing and giggling, wants to play golf. And where was Kamala? In the front, all by herself. Her husband was a little bit away from her because she could have been very dangerous if she got in. You imagine her and Vice President AOC. You imagine the country going forward with all these people who don't like the United States of America. They hate us. They hate us. They don't want to be here. I don't trust them, and I don't trust some of them now trying to attack Donald Trump, and America is under attack because I don't believe in this stuff. Coincidence shit. Okay, there's people behind this. And people are saying the Democrats are behind it. I think it's much more than that. We have so many people, ladies and gentlemen, that are here illegal, who came into this country. I'm not talking about Venezuela or Italians or Venezuela or Cubans. I'm not talking about Mexico. See how I said Italians? Or Irish? You know what I'm talking about? Iran, Iraq. Those people came here to Mexico dressed in white t-shirts and jeans. And guess what? Where are they living at? What are they doing? What are they planning? Who are they approaching? People who are broke and Abdul Jabbar and all these names, and our military and brainwashing them and getting domestic terrorists, domestic. And we could be in trouble if we don't take this serious. I hope Trump takes them all down. I hope he takes the whole Epstein, all of them. I hope he opens up the big can of worms and nails them all. Brings them all down, including Dr. Fauci, a piece of shit. How many people died on his watch with COVID? What do you think that was? Huh? Think Dr. Fauci had nothing to do with that? Let's wake up, everybody. Let's wake up. Let's wake up now. Because he was behind that too. He was behind it. Now, did he want it to be as bad as it was? Probably not. But he was certainly behind it. Opening the door. You guys don't remember opening the door for Trump, like kissing his ass? Bullshit. Opening the door. I read him really well. Oh, my cousin. Because he's Italian. Don't you like him? I don't give a shit if he's Italian. Who gives a shit? Piece of shit. I don't go by that stuff. I knew. And Nancy Pelosi, another one. He's going to take them all down. The only problem I fear, if he takes them all down too quickly, they're going to retaliate and they're going to go against him. And unfortunately, a lot of us might suffer. And going back to these fires, it upsets me a little bit too. That they're saying right away it's a homeless person. All right, we don't know that. We don't know that. And where's Gavin Newsom helping the homeless people? Where do you see his at? Did he go out and help any of the homeless people? No. Has Kamala helped the homeless people? No. Jimmy Carter helps homeless people. He wasn't the best president. I could talk about Jimmy Carter now because he was a nice guy with a nice smile. Not a good president, but I tap my hat. I salute Jimmy Carter because he does what we do and he helps out the homeless and build homes. But I don't see these Democrats helping out the homeless. I don't see George W. Bush helping the homeless. Yeah, I just named a Republican, right? But you know who's going to help the homeless? Who's been helping the homeless? Laura Trump, Donald Trump, J.D. Vance. Those people, they want to help out the homeless, tent city, and help out. They want to do their part. They're not perfect, but they want to do their part, like we do our part. It's upsetting. These fires out of control like this, that's baloney. That should never been like this. That water, there's so many mistakes. That water should have been full pressure in the fire hydrants. A. B, in 2016 or 2018, I believe, I stand correct. 2018, when Gavin Newsom talked to Trump up in the mountains and he shook his hand and had a little espresso together, Trump says in Australia, we moist, they put the water down on the ground. And Newsom says, wow, I like that. He didn't like it. He don't want to hear anything from Trump. You know why? Take a guess in the chat. Brainwashed by who? Nancy Pelosi. The party. The mob. The mob we have today. Even if he wanted to change and listen to Trump and say, you know what, Trump, I don't like you, but I'll listen to you. No, he's another robot. Now imagine him as president of the United States. Guys, let's take a deep breath. You think Gavin Newsom could be the president of the United States? You'll imagine? What would happen? He can't handle this. Now, remember Giuliani? I don't like him. But I didn't like him. I know he's Republican. I don't care. I know he's Italian. I never liked him. But he did a great job. Right? He did a great job on the terrorist attack. On the 9/11, he did a good job. He couldn't be a president. He ran all his votes in Florida. But he did a good job, right? How about this guy, DeSantis? He's a little goofy. I don't think he could be president, but he's smart. You see how he handles Florida? He's a good governor, right? Not president, but governor, right? You see how Gavin Newsom wants to help out California? You think Gavin Newsom, if this happened in Florida, God forbid, say this happened in Florida, right? They just had a hurricane. Did you hear one time Gavin Newsom says, I'll help you? I don't mean Fazos. Did you hear that? But guess what? DeSantis, whatever the hell his name is, DeSantis, At least the guy says, I'll help you out. What do you need? What do you need for our state funding, right? That's what you do as a governor. Oh, here's Trump. Here he is. Hush money.
Extremely accurately counted. I had nothing to do with them. Any of it. That was done by an accountant or a bookkeeper who I think gave very credible testimony. I just want to say I think it's an embarrassment to New York, and New York has a lot of problems, but this is a great embarrassment.
Judge Juan Merchan, who has been in a war of words with Trump throughout this case, made a distinction between Trump, the president, and Trump, the regular citizen.
Indeed, extraordinary legal protections afforded by the office of the chief executive is a factor that overrides all others. To be clear, the protections afforded...
Hold on. I want to respond to somebody. And mods, hold up one tight, mods. Somebody asked me, can Trump do wrong in your eyes? Okay, I'm going to answer that. Yes. And by the way, you're new, so you don't know. I've called Trump out many times. So yes, to answer your question, be honest and look you into your phone eyes, he can do wrong and he's done wrong. And yes, he has a little ego problem. And he's not perfect. And he's not Jesus Christ. And he's not God. And he's going to make mistakes. All right? You want to hear that? It's true. But let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. You like somebody who has a little ego, a little mean, calling out reporters and fake news? And guess what? Turning his back and saying, I will protect the people? Or do you want a little prima donna? Hi, how are you? Everything's going to be good? Yeah. Oh, yes, I'm here. Bush. Oh, yes. May he rest in peace now. Jimmy Carter. Oh, Barack Obama, good talker. Or do you want somebody who's like us? Who's fighting people's first? Now, does he say some stuff that's off the wall? I'd rather have that off the wall than somebody who's the real deal. The real deal. The real deal. Okay? The real deal. Okay? But no, he's not perfect. And he's going to make mistakes. And I'm going to call him out on those mistakes. I call my own self out on mistakes because I make mistakes. Anyhow, I got that off my chest. So that question to that person, let's listen to Trump. This
are not a mitigating factor. They do not reduce the seriousness.
If we don't fight now, there will be nuts.
Or justify its commission.
It will be nuts, yes. This is from the judge.
However, a legal mandate, which pursuant to the rule of law, this court must respect and follow.
Trump and his legal team have vowed to appeal this decision. A source tells News Nation that paperwork from Trump's team could come in a week or two or even a month from now. The president-elect has asked appeals courts to intervene several times ahead of, during, and after his trial. He has 30 days after his sentencing to file a notice of appeal to challenge his criminal conviction, a process that could take months. And as for his legal team, which got him through all of this, his defense lawyers will be joining his administration, so he'll be having familiar faces around him for all of it. Elizabeth?
All right, Laura Ingle reporting live from Manhattan. Thank you so much. Coming up for us, get this, Governor Gavin Newsom of California is inviting President-elect Donald Trump to California amid the wildfires.
All right, here's the president we have right now.
There wasn't a month, not a single.
Who wants to listen to this?
Lost jobs. Another record for any presidency. In fact, last month America lost jobs in the month before I came to office.
You're fired! Get the hell out of here!
Make such progress. We did it by fundamentally changing the economic policy of this country. After decades of trickle-down economics, that primarily...
I feel sorry for him, actually, man. He's really...
Kamala and I
feel bad.
Have written a new playbook that's growing the economy from the middle out and the bottom up.
Debbie, welcome in, Debbie. Good to see you in here, Debbie Cohen.
The new playbook is working.
Cohen, sorry for the pronunciation. Welcome in, guys. Ronnie, Mandy.
We're going to face another inflection point. Do we continue to grow the economy from the middle out and the bottom up as we have the past?
Big Sexy's in the house. Party can start. Party can start.
Economic theory that benefits those at the very top, while working people and middle-class people struggle for their fair share of growth. 4 years ago, when Kamala and I came to office, 3,000...
Yeah, it's very good for you, Henry Zoom. Very good for you. I love it.
Pandemic. Millions of Americans have lost their jobs and were at risk of losing their homes. Hundreds of thousands of factories and businesses closed, creating despair in so many communities all across America. Supply chains were shattered. Prices soared from everything from cars to appliances. The previous administration had no real plan to get us through one of the toughest periods in the nation's history. In fact, there's an old saying, if the only tool is a hammer you have, everything looks like a nail. And over the course of decades, our Republican leadership's trickle-down economic was a hammer, and working people were the nail. Slashing taxes for the very wealthy and biggest corporations. Offshoring jobs and factories for cheaper labor overseas while importing products that used to be made in America. To offset
That's funny, Bob Barker.
advocates of trickle-down economics ripped a social safety net, trying to privatize Social Security and Medicare, trying to deny access to affordable health care and prescription drug costs, lifting the fortunes of the wealthy.
Somebody says he looks handsome. Think he looks handsome, ladies?
We came to office with the
Guys, I
definition of
guess.
America.
Think he looks handsome?
In the first 2 months I was in office, I signed the American Rescue Plan. It put
Jack says, I want to give him a kiss. Go ahead, Jack. There you go, Jack. Give him a little kiss. Welcome in the chat, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 66 likes. We're covering the fires of California. Power Up, welcome in. Love that name. We're going to talk about the homeless a little bit towards the end of our video. Thank you so much for all your support. Let's bring Joe Biden to trial. Absolutely, Mr. Dad.
Since the New Deal. The Inflation Reduction Act alone is the most significant investment in climate and clean energy ever anywhere in the world.
What?
And we make these investments. When we do, we buy American. Buy America has been the law of the land since the
Peter Jachang.
It says that any money the president
Like that name. How are you?
by Congress to spend should be
Mark, what's going on, Mark?
workers and American products. The past administration, including my
Looks like AI.
failed to buy American, to use American workers, but not on our watch. We're modernizing roads, bridges, ports, airports, clean water systems, affordable high-speed broadband systems and internet, and so much more. And we've incentivized building all these large federal projects with American products and American union labor. Remember the shortage of semiconductors?
Ozzy Ray. I got to turn the camera around.
Computer chips.
That might be one of your best comments ever.
The power everything in our everyday lives, from vehicles to refrigerators to advanced weapons to your cell phones.
Absolutely, Mike
We
M.
invented these computer chips, but over time we stopped making them. And chip factories went overseas for cheaper labor. So when the pandemic hit, we found out how vulnerable America was.
He needs a major nap.
Supply chains abroad shut
He
down
needs
because of the pandemic.
he needs some
Couldn't get the chips.
something very strong, I think.
For example, it takes over 3,000 of these computer chips to build an automobile today. And when overseas factories making those chips shut down, the production stopped and the cost of new cars soared.
That was for a somebody said something about eyes.
I was determined to
Jonathan, that was for you, Jonathan.
And that's what we've done with the Chips and Science Act, which has attracted $350 billion in private sector investment in America, including from Korea, Taiwan, and other countries.
Poor Jack.
These investments are building
Botox. Think he has Botox?
Build these chips. New fabs, massive chip factories, the size of several football fields, on fields of dream all across America, creating so far 125,000 jobs on the construction side of this, which will ultimately create tens of thousands more jobs.
Another loser. Another loser.
These jobs.
That's another loser right there.
Are paying over $100,000 a year.
How about this guy? Let's listen to this.
On this busy news week, I'm Elizabeth Vargas. Thank you so much for joining us. Right now, it's time for The Hill. Hope you have a great weekend.
Oh, the Hill. What's going on the Hill?
It is 3 o'clock in Southern California, and it is now the 76th consecutive hour of parts of Los Angeles on fire as our coverage continues here on News Nation. At this moment, as far as we know it, at least 10 people confirmed to be dead.
Our prayers with the family.
10,000 structures destroyed in Los Angeles County.
I appreciate the 68 likes, guys. Friendly reminder, if you forgot to hit the like, go back and hit the like as it helps the station out. Thank you so much.
Waiting for a ride up to the police department to go see the house that was burned down. I'm sure for the worst.
Neighbors now helping neighbors, passing out clothes in parts of Pasadena. When you've lost nearly everything, a little goes a long way. Firefighters there say they are still battling.
At any moment, we could have another gust of wind, and that could spark it up, and it could start another fire. So it's still not safe for people to come in here.
Some residents told they can go home just once to gather documents that may or may not be there. Others, not as fortunate, at least not yet.
They said they weren't letting anyone in, not even for medication. I asked if we could walk up there. They said no.
Our News Nation camera is catching more National Guard troops in Southern California. And tonight, the Los Angeles Times reporting
Dustin Buck, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, my friend. Thank you.
Reservoir in Pacific Palisades was completely dry.
I really do.
As the fires raged, closed for repairs. The embattled Governor Gavin Newsom is calling for an independent investigation. Hello, good evening. Thanks for being with us.
Chelsea, welcome in the chat. God bless you.
Fire administrator and the American Red Cross join us here in a moment, but our coverage continues once again with our Nancy Liu, who is live in Southern California for us this evening. Nancy?
Love the name, Dominic.
And Blake, we're in Altadena, up in the foothills near the start point of the Eaton fire. And I want to show you that these foothills, you can imagine they are like a moonscape now, but 100-mile-an-hour winds, 80-mile-an-hour winds, a small brush fire basically turned this canyon into a giant blowtorch. So all those flames came whipping down this valley straight into a major residential neighborhood of Altadena. Look down below there, Blake. It is just homes.
Let the good times roll.
The entire
Let the good times roll.
Is gone here.
God bless you, good time.
There are all kinds of hot spots that we're seeing firefighters deal with. Off in the distance is a major hot spot that
Alyssa Martini.
A pretty large
Send me a
plume of
martini.
smoke. It has dissipated somewhat.
I hear you.
But just driving around Altadena, we have, seen
Micaiah
crews
Stice.
at work,
Welcome in.
really handling,
Forget about it.
and embers that
Oxycontin,
are still
oxycodone.
burning.
Forget about it.
What are we, like days later since the beginning of the Eaton fire? And just to give you some perspective.
What's up,
Blake,
New Zealand?
back here
God
towards
bless
the
over
right,
there.
The San Gabriel Mountains
Shout out to
is
Canada.
what you see when you watch the Rose Bowl. Off in the haze there is the Rose Bowl. You can't even see it. It is that smoky and
Sounds like
hazy,
she's on oxycodone, that lady
it will
talking.
be some time before residents can come back here because the conditions on
How's
the ground,
USA
they
under
are
attack?
toxic.
Oh,
There are
Jesus.
trees down,
Jesus Christ
there
is
are
the
power
Lord. We
lines
pray to
down,
you.
But the cavalry has
In so many
arrived. We're seeing
ways.
a
We need
lot
another
more fire
live.
crews on the ground. They're trying to clear trees, trying to clear
Mr.
roadways.
Dad, how about it?
But very much a mess.
I want to get to that, Nancy, in a moment to reflect, if you wouldn't mind, because I saw on your social media feed a picture that you posted, and you've been there from the very beginning. Here's what Nancy wrote. She said, back over at the Eaton fire.
All right, guys, I'm going to lower this a little bit.
Helped Long Beach and Fullerton crews to take their
God bless.
picture.
Hold on, guys. God bless each and every one of these firemen and women.
First responders
I thought I seen a woman in there, but there's women who work on the fire. God bless them all.
That is a picture, Nancy,
God bless them.
that you yourself took.
God bless that. What a photo that was.
Yeah, and
All right, so
I think that's what we have. We'll see what the next president.
why does he rub his eye? I'm going to tell you why he rubs his eye, guys. It's not allergies. Why he rubs his eye, that's a sign for them to whisper something in his ear to like either end this quick or I'm getting confused. When he goes like this, by the way, I shouldn't be doing that. You should never do that. You should always use, because that's how you get styes. We don't want styes, right? So when he goes like that, he needs help. First of all, I pray for him because I think in 6 months, he'll probably Alzheimer's stage 4, it'll get worse. But he's doing that because he's saying, I'm confused. Can somebody help me out? Can you wake me up? And this is, we've been seeing this for the last 1.5 to 2 years. And he's been running our nation, right? Now, excuse me. Excuse me. It's sad that he's our leader, chief command. I don't think he has an idea what's going on. When you have Alzheimer's, you go to California, you kind of remember it, but you forget what the hell you just told him. He sent more money, by the way, to Ukraine. Do you know, guys, he just sent more money. You know we're funding both wars. We send money over to China. China sends to Russia. We send money to Ukraine. We're sending money to. What are we doing? Meanwhile, California's burning down. Now, the good news is it seems like the winds are going to contain. Our prayers and thoughts are with the families who lost their loved ones, right? Doggies and cats and animals and horses and, all that stuff, right? And by the way, I just want to throw this out there. You guys can disagree. I know these guys are billionaires, movie stars. Shit, I don't even like most of them in their movies, right? But you know what? They are human. And yes, it is hard because they've lost like photos. I don't even know if anybody has a photo album anymore, right? But they lost memories and things, maybe notes and stuff. So it's not easy. And it's just, it's not easy, right, guys? It's hard. They are human and they work hard, So anyhow, it's so sad to see this man. Look at him. I know it's hard to see, but look, what's he looking at? GPS? What GPS?
Just contrary to American justice, American
GPS?
Talk about
You don't need a GPS. You're not driving, Biden.
The truth matters. I mean, it's
I feel bad.
I'm on national
Hard to watch.
television, but you all are local reporters and national reporters.
Are you kidding?
I'm not. That's not a legit, real question. But what do you think? You think it doesn't matter that they let be printed, or millions of people read it, things that are simply not true? I mean, I want to know what that's all about. It's just completely contrary to everything America's about. We want to tell the truth. We haven't always done it as a nation. We want to tell the truth. And the idea that
What the hell?
a billionaire can buy something and say, by the way, from this point on, we're not gonna fact check anything. And when you have millions of people going online, reading this stuff, it is anyway. I think it's
Anyway, see how he lost his chain of thought? It is, Ozzy. Biden's answer questions, he just said Kamala would be beaten by Trump.
I think I would have beaten Trump.
So well said, Mike.
I think that Kamala could have beaten Trump. It would have beaten Trump. It wasn't about
What?
I thought it was important to unify the party. And when the party was worried about whether or not I was going to be able to vote,
Obama's in his earpiece.
even though I thought I could win again, I thought it was better to unify the party. And it was the greatest honor of my life to be president of the United States, but I didn't want to be one who caused a party that wasn't unified.
You're full of shit.
And that's why I stepped aside, but I was confident she could win.
You think she should run again? When you're assessing is how long will Ukraine can last without further major attacks? Your administration marks the end of American
Janine, Kamala she couldn't beat me.
And I think that as long as we continue to keep
Oh, this is sad. Why are they?
Europe united as it relates to Ukraine,
I know, guys, you want to hear him talk. Why did they let him talk? It's embarrassing. Come on, guys. Man, I look like Trump. Look how orange I am. Look how orange I am.
to Russia is
This is embarrassing, guys. Barack Obama, won't you come on stage and say, get him off?
they brought in is having high mortality.
Who knows what he's talking about? Nobody knows.
And I made it clear
How
that
phenomenal.
I provided every bit of funding that authority I have as president to be able to do that now.
Oh, this is sad.
And I know that there are a significant number of Democrats and Republicans on the Hill who think we should continue to support Ukraine. It is my hope and expectation they'll speak up and not agree to President if Trump decides to cut off funding for Ukraine.
Did the president-elect's position on that conflict influence your decision to enact the oil and other sanctions on Russia today? In other words, put more pressure on Russia at a point where the president-elect...
Janine, he needs to get off. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing to his family, Janine. Janine, it's embarrassing. He's a clown. It's embarrassing to his wife, his family, himself, and American people, Democrats and Republicans, Independents.
Putin's in tough shape.
Get him off.
And I think it's really important that he not have any breathing room to continue to do the god-awful things he continued to do.
Oh my God!
And as I said,
What is going on?
He's got his own problems economically, significant problems.
What is going on?
As well as politically at home. And so I decided to do everything I possibly could within my power and authority to give Ukraine every advantage it could have to be able to sustain support for an independent Ukraine.
You said Vice President Harris would be able to beat. You said Vice President Harris had a good shot to beat Trump. Do you think she should run again in 4 years?
I think that's a decision. I think she's confident to run again in 4 years. That'd be a decision for her to make.
Mr. President, on Venezuela, the sanctions that your administration announced today, some are saying that they don't go far enough by not targeting the petroleum sector. Why was this administration hesitant to apply further sanctions to the oil and gas industry there?
That's still being investigated in terms of what impact it would have and whether or not it would just be replaced by Iran or any other country. So it matters what would happen afterwards. I had a long discussion again with the man who should be appointed president on that score. And
excuse me.
Since I didn't have a clear answer to what that would be, if I had more time, I may very well do that. But I didn't have enough data to make that judgment.
If I could also ask about Havana Syndrome, today the intelligence...
Mandy, welcome in.
...changed slightly with two intelligence agencies now saying there's an even chance that this is being caused by a foreign actor. Do you personally believe that a foreign actor is responsible for these incidents?
No. Now, do I believe that ISIS's theology, if you will, has impacted people in America? Some that are not particularly well suited to handle the life of a bit. That has that effect. But I find no evidence, and I spent.
He's off script, guys. He's off the script. He's
trying to determine.
He almost spilled the beans. I wish I can pause it. We'll talk in a minute. He almost spilled the beans. Remember this.
Individual, but that doesn't mean someone reading the malarkey that's going out there isn't influenced by it. Both these men, both in Nevada and in Louisiana, have been men who've had their own problems but not because
we're under attack, ladies and gentlemen. Listen.
So my question was on Havana Syndrome, not Nevada, sorry, but on the Havana Syndrome.
Sudi, wait, how are you?
The intelligence community today, part of their assessment changed, saying that there is now an even chance that the Havana Syndrome cases and
he knows. They are so scared. They should not have him on. He's that close to telling us the truth about the domestic terrorism. Did you guys hear that?
Whether or not he's...
This is history, guys.
The answer is I'm not going to respond to that because that's an active, ongoing issue. You know.
Oh, we almost had him. This close.
I'm not going to comment that right now.
This close. I wish I could be the reporter. I would get him.
Can you just give us a sense of what other pardons and commutations you're considering in your last 10 days?
Well,
Sudi Wave, how are you?
Because
Trump is going to let us know what's going on.
One
Maybe.
is
I mean, Trump, God forbid. Biden.
It depends on some of the language and expectations that Trump broadcast in the last couple of days here as to what he's going to do. The idea that he would punish people for not adhering to what he thinks should be policies related to his well-being is outrageous. But there's still consideration of some folks, nothing but no decision.
Thanks, everybody. What kind of role will you have post-presidency, sir? Do you plan to speak out after you leave Washington, or are you going to follow kind of more of the Bush model where you're...
Come in a nursing home. What speak out? Come in a nursing home. Oh my God, we almost had him. Wow, won't they let me be the reporter?
We were watching as President Biden made those...
Ladies and gentlemen, did you catch that? They talked about Las Vegas, where I live. He talked about New Orleans. Right there. They almost got him. He knows there's something going on under United States of America. He knows pretty much, and they got him so confused, and they whispered in the ear. When he goes like this, they're telling him, hey, that's his sign saying, I'm confused. Get me the hell off the stage. They almost got him this close to telling the truth to the American people that these fires, possibility, are more than just arson. These fires, let me just get something straight. We can't help that these winds and Mother Nature, and thank God it looks like Mother Nature's come down. But let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. There was an email sent to Joe Rogan and Fox News and to Sean Ryan. Biden knows something. He don't know a lot because they're not telling him everything because they're scared because of his mind, right? But he knows something. He almost let it out. Yes, there's something to this. There's not coincidence in Vegas, in New Orleans, 1.5 hours as 14 people lost their lives, 15 including the army people, and the hacking of Trump's phone, the assassination, drones in the sky in New Jersey, and now the fire. Guarantee you they're going to try to cover this up somehow. They're going to mix things up. They're going to say arson. They're going to call it on a homeless person, a campfire. Who knows? Right? And then let's see who has, excuse me, ladies, who's going to have a set of blank blank on them. Let's just say that. And stand up tall. What woman or man is going to say, I'm going to tell the truth? Because in my opinion, something's going on. And Biden was this close. I wish. If I was a reporter, I would have asked and said, hey, Biden, first of all, thank you for your question. Would you like a cup of coffee or some ice cream? Are you worried about some shortness in potato chips? I would have got his mind completely off. And he would have said, yeah, great question. And then I would have hit him. Who's really behind the New Orleans and the fires? I would have did it like that. And man, he would have came at it. I wish somebody reported almost had him. Tell us the truth, what's going on. Because Trump knows. And here's the problem with Trump. I feel if Trump comes out and exposes too quickly, they're going to come after him with all their power. And unfortunately, a lot of people could be in some trouble. I hope I'm wrong. Crazy times. He needs to be in a home. It was embarrassing. Letting him hear him talk and his eyes and his expression. It's not old, guys. I have a client who I teach boxing with. He's 88 years old. Bernie Sanders. Bernie Sanders acts young. I don't believe in his politics. He believes in his own bullshit, but Bernie Sanders stands tall. Trump doesn't act old, right? We can go on down the list, right? It's sad.
But we do know that it looks like at this point, the
Here's our
Court will seemingly uphold a law that will ban
the Capitol here.
in the United States beginning January 19th. This is unless the popular social media app is sold by its China-based parent company.
Wow.
We do want to go ahead and turn our coverage now to Fox News. Rich Edison has the very latest on this story.
Of a law that could ban TikTok in the United States is now before the Supreme Court. Justices heard arguments Friday on whether the law violates the First Amendment and its free speech protections, or if TikTok poses a threat to national security.
Congress doesn't care about what's on TikTok.
Turn down that damn heat. It's hot in here, guys. So we some of the homeless people here, if you're just coming in. I know I showed this a few times. My wife wanted me to show this. We helped out a vet here. Can you guys turn that heat on? Why's that heat on, Josh?
Sir, I got you something to eat. Would you like some pizza? Here, how's your doggy? There's a pizza, hot pizza, and there's a soda in there. God bless you. Thank you for your service. Take care.
If you want to drop a link to your chat, I missed a couple comments here. Can I drop a link, my channel in the chat? Absolutely, as long as it's no profanity, nudity, or any of that stuff. Be free. Anybody has a YouTube channel, we'd be happy to help you guys out. If anybody has a YouTube channel, make sure. Speaking of YouTube channels, if you have a YouTube channel, be free to put it in here. Also, make sure you support them when we're done with our live. Just support them with a little like, subscribe, comment every now and then. You know, It helps the YouTube algorithm out on their channel. But yeah, guys, we just witnessed President Trump, President Biden. Why am I getting it mixed up? Maybe I got some Alzheimer's. Anyhow, we witnessed him and the way he speaks. He stutters and he's really fallen down. I mean, he's been in office since 1972. Don't quote me. I think 1972. And all you have to do is go back 5 years ago, and he sounded clear. He sounded like a Democrat, but he was clear. He sounded like he, knew what he was talking about. Now he doesn't know what the hell, and he almost let out what's going on, in my opinion. But maybe I'm off a little bit on it. But I think there's more to all this, guys, and I'm going to stand to it until otherwise. But we still have fires. California's burning. It proves he's not running anything. That's a great comment. That is a good comment, good time. They're tracking our population destiny using this app. You're welcome, Bullseye, Ben. Welcome to the chat, guys. We have 92 likes. Speaking of supporting, we appreciate the support. We help out the homeless and the vets on this channel. I believe something is up as well. Do you guys think, Arlene, welcome to the chat. God bless you. Yeah, there's something going on. Something is just not right. Thank you. Appreciate it. Yes. Speaking of wife, she's off to Puerto Rico tomorrow. So I will be hitting every strip club there is. I'm only kidding, guys. No, she'll be off. So I'll be doing a lot of this homeless stuff by myself. So if anybody lives in the Las Vegas metropolitan area and want to give me a hand, I'm looking for volunteers, somebody to come with me. I would greatly appreciate it. Good times for the donation. Thank you so much. Good time. So very nice of you. High five, fist bump. Guys, you see the super chats coming in, and 100% goes to the homeless and the vets. And my wife will be leaving tomorrow.
Dad.
Yes.
What is going on with your cyst?
My cyst was removed.
Oh.
My cyst was removed. My daughter was worried about I had a little procedure done today. I'm doing good, but I'll be, anybody who lives in the Las Vegas metropolitan area, and thank you, Mike, again, for being here. Mike, thank you so much for being here. Can you find out where we can help in California? I don't know. I know there's a YouTube guy out there who helps out in California. Big channel, much bigger than mine. But I mean, Catholic charities, Lutheran churches, that kind of stuff. Guys, make sure use your own judgment. If you're going to help out in different areas, make sure you go with somebody. Not that they're going to harm you in any way, but anyhow, anybody who lives in Las Vegas and want to help me out while my wife is gone to feed the homeless, I would appreciate it. Yes, I would appreciate it so much. Because I'm going to be looking for help. Yeah, the Red Cross. Thank you, Bob Barker, for being here and helping out as well. Thank you so much, Billy French. Welcome to yes, guys. We it's nice when I say help, guys. When I ask these people that are living on the streets in the tents, when I ask the questions, anything else you want, do you think they're literally going to say, "Yeah, give me $100, give me $1,000, give me a brand new car"? I mean, no. You know what they say? They say, "Can I have a conversation? Hey, can I have a blanket? Can I have a cup of coffee? I haven't had a cup of coffee in a while." That's all. Why do we have to look and say, well, they're just a drunk? Well, they're just high. Well, they lost all their money. These are addictions. And then throw my little psychology, we all have addictions. Some are just different. And we have to help out our fellow Americans. Now, I'm not saying constantly hand them money to go play in the machine or hand them, drugs to do more drugs, but we can't let them starve, and we need to give them some motivation. Because you know what, guys, real quick? You could be the voice. You can go up to a he or she, gay or straight, black and white, you got it, and say, "Hi, how are you? Is there anything I could do for you?" You might say, "Are you ready to get off the street?" And guess what? You might be that voice. So I'm going way far into this conversation, but it's truth. So, but yeah, we need to help out our homeless. And by the way, where are these homeless at here smelling that smoke and everything? Hopefully they're in, they got those homeless in a nonprofit or somewhere where they can not breathe in. They have respiratory problems and asthma, or anybody, not just homeless, elderlies and, people out there. Our prayers are with these people, the families of the 10 who died, the families, and the smoke is just still bad. Now, the only good news is it's been contained, and that's great. So that's good news. But let's hope that we wake up tomorrow And we hear that these fires are 80% contained, 70% contained, and this is over with. But I'm telling you guys, real quick, one last time, there's more to this. I'm going to read some comments, guys, before we end the live here. Let's see what we got here. All right. Let's see here. All right. God bless, Arlene. Yeah, amen. Amen. God bless each and every one of you on this Friday. I hope everybody's doing well, enjoying your, if you're off the next 2 days, enjoy yourself. Have fun. If you can drink responsible. If you can smoke responsible. Enjoy your life a little bit. Keep the prayers and thoughts in California. By the way, for all the football fans, they moved the game to Arizona, I believe. The game has been moved to, the Chargers game has been moved. Dan, welcome into Dan. How are we under attack in so many ways, Dan? So many ways between fires and we don't know the answers. Drones in the sky. We can continue. New Orleans, Vegas. All right, what else we have? Electric cars. Electric cars. We got everything going on here, huh? Mike Pence. Did you see Trump shake Pence's hand? That's class. Did you see? He went up to Pence and shaked his hand. That's called class. Rose Bowl still tonight? Yes. Yes. I'll be watching it, Ozzy. Thank you. Yes. Looking forward to Ozzy. Have a few fozzles on it for fun. And I believe I have one. Well, I can't drink. I'm on some. Maybe I will. Joe sounds like he's running for president of the Ukraine. All right. Try to read some more comments. Welcome in. I appreciate your support on here. We hit 95 likes. Let's try to get 100 likes tonight. Trump laughed at Pence and told him, if you had only stuck by my side, you would be vice president for the second time, dumbass. Yeah, but he was like a bad mafia guy back in the 70s. You know what I mean? He just kind of he just turned his back on him. You couldn't trust him, right? It's a shame because Pence did some good things though there, Mike, in my opinion, as he was vice president. But yes, well said, Mike. All right, what else we have? All right. Have fun with your inflation. All right. All right. I'm not going to read some of these ridiculous comments. People are trying to have fun. All right. All right. We got 2 more likes to hit 100. We appreciate it on here. Thank you, moderators, once again. I appreciate everybody coming on here tonight. The moderators, Janine, Mike, Longbeard was on here. All the moderators. Lovebirds. Trump was right about California. Inflation's been here for the last 4 years. Inflation's been here. Just take a walk with me, guys. Come to Vegas. Let's go. You'll see so many people who are the last couple months are homeless because they just can't afford it. The food and everything else. Inflation. And I believe Trump's going to take care of that pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. If you live in Las Vegas, make sure you fill up your tank because there's some talk that we might have a shortage in gas. All right. Have a nice evening. Yes, we'll see you on the next live. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. In the trolls, too, and everybody else on here. God bless you and your family. Make sure you say hello to somebody once in a while. Spend some time with your kids, your grandkids. The important stuff, right? Flip through the other YouTube channels live after this. Make sure you help support their channel. Like and subscribe to their channel. Content like this, or whether it's the bakery channel, the food channel, Auto Mechanic Live. Help them out once in a while. If you like their content. All it does is it's free to hit the like. You know, people are proud of their channels and they work into their channels. Give them a little like. Otherwise, go on to the next content. Guys, I will see you next live. Could be later on tonight. We'll see how I feel. I had a little minor procedure under my arm. And Susu, thank you for being here tonight. I missed you, Susu. God bless you, Susu. Thank you so much for all your help. We'll see how I feel tonight. If I feel up to after the game, I'll come live. If not, I'll see all you great people tomorrow. I love you all. Take care. God bless you. God bless.